Good morning. In this video class, we'll discuss about quality by design. So, when you say about the quality by design, the name itself indicating the design of the product by consideration about the quality. So, in order to form a quality of a product, here all the necessary parameters are considered to be at the initial stage. We say quality by design. So, another name we can say that the quality of the product what you are going to manufacture, it should be quality, and the necessary parameters, or we can say the requirements, are going to be carried out at the same time. So in this topic we'll discuss the parameters, or we can say the content. The contents are introduction part of this quality by design, benefits, design for Six Sigma, teams, communication model, implementation, and finally we have a tools. We'll discuss one by one. First we go for the introduction part of this quality by design. When you say a quality by design is the practice of using multidisciplinary team to conduct conceptual thinking, product design and production planning all at one time. So you have mentioned, it is mentioned that it is whatever the parameters are there, it is planning all at one time. So before going to start about the production, or we can say before starting about the product, we need to consideration all the parameter. It is also known as concurrent engineering because simultaneous engineering or parallel engineering. We can say that when if you want to start a production or start a kind of process within the organization, here all the parameters are essential and we need to consider, and that by the consideration we have to start about the product with respect to the quality as a major concern. So here, for example, if you want to start a manufacturing about the example I am taking as a considered as a some mobile chargers. So in order to mobile charger, taking as an example, here the parameters like materials, the design, the cost, the process, the marketing. So all the parameters are necessary, and these parameters are going to be considered as a most important parameter in the form of making a process with respect to the consideration about the product as a charger. So here whether we want to go for the 2-pin charger or 3-pin charger, or we can say some kind of very unique one, like just like your mobile phone with respect to the iPhone. So whatever the chargers are there for the iPhones, only specifically we can say it is a unique one. So same thing here, whatever the products or whatever the thinking you are going to make in this particular design process, here considered to be very unique. That is nothing but what it is a quality as a major concern. So this is what a brief introduction part of this particular quality by design. Now here see that the quality cannot be tested. In this slide we can say that quality cannot be tested into products. It has to be built in by design. That is what I have mentioned about the giving example, best example about the mobile charger. Like here quality cannot be tested into products, it has to be built in by design. So at the time of design itself we have to make a concentration about the quality with respect to what you are going to get manufactured. Okay, so this is what about the quality with respect to the quality by design. Coming to this next slide, here we have some kind of diagram with respect to the introduction part itself, but the thing is that the parameters are with respect to the sequential engineering, quality by design. See here we have two figures with respect to the sequential engineering and the quality by design. See, when you say quality by design, for example, when you start about the thinking with respect to the quality by design, we have a customer, product definition. Right side you can observe that in the right side diagram, customer, product design, or we can say product definition, design, verification, prototype, test generation, manufacturing, and finally we have a testing of the product. When you come into the sequential engineering, product definition, design, verification, prototype, redesign, re-verification and re-prototype, test generation, manufacturing test. So all together form a process with respect to the quality by design. When you say sequential engineering, just it is following step by step, and thereby your whatever the results we are going to get, that is going to be formulated, and finally we are going to go for the re-prototype, and for that particular prototype we have to go for the test generation. Then once it is tested with respect to the test generation, when it is satisfied, we have to go for the manufacturing, and whatever the manufacturing you are going to get completed, it is going to be finally test. We can say that, for example, if whenever you are purchasing the product, in the box itself we can say that tested okay. That is nothing but what you are going to, whatever the products you are going to manufacture, finally they have to go for the checking with respect to the quality test. So these parameters are going to be considered. For example, in the case of quality by design, we have so many parameters like customer, product definition, design, verification, and prototype. When compared to the sequential engineering, quality by design is entirely different. The parameters are different, elements are different. So in order to go for collecting all the information like product definition, when you say a product definition, here it includes engineering, manufacturing, management, and suppliers, because all the parameters are necessary in order to make a better component, or we can say the better product with respect to the quality as a major concern. When coming to the design, you can see the marketability, because design is related to directly market with respect to the customer, how these peoples are going to be affected with respect to the what kind of design parameters you are going to take place for the manufacturing about the product. And the manufacturability, testability, performance, aesthetic looks, quality, cost, serviceability, assembly, reliability. So these are all the parameters are related to with respect to the design. So once the design is completed, we go for the verification. So whatever the design you have completed, we go for the verification. For example, in the case of DME1 or a DME2 subject, you are going to study about the design with respect to the material. So after completing this particular selection about the material and selection of the load, we go for the testing. That is nothing but what, where you are going to verify with this particular load and with this particular material, what kind of deflections you are going to get, what kind of stress it is going to be find out. So these are all the parameters are considered to be very important. So here with respect to this figure, sequential engineering requires repeated steps of redesign. See here product definition. In the case of left side, you can see here product definition, design, verification, prototype. See, step by step you are going to follow. But compared to the quality by design, it is entirely different. It is following just like a traditional method in order to complete the process with respect to the product as a major concern. During the first design phase, a sequential engineering, only performance, cost, marketability, and aesthetic might be considered. So after verifying the design, the building the first prototype, so it is nothing but whatever the parameters you are going to take, first we have to go for the prototyping. For that particular prototype, you have to go for the test, and finally you have to go for the verification. So this is what in general process that is going to be completed. So there is obviously a longer lead time involved in the traditional method. Obviously it requires longer time in order to make a product with respect to the consideration about the design consideration. So it is a traditional method. It takes, obviously we go for the longer time, because each step is performed independently and sequentially one after the another. You can see here in the sequential engineering, it is nothing but what, it is a traditional method. It takes step by step, and it is a sequential. As problems arise, the project is sent to back to the appropriate area and the process starts over. See, if at all any errors, it go back to the initial stage, and again this evaluation is going to be done, and if at all any errors, it is going to be eliminated, and it starts by same thing which is followed by the sequence step after the another, like that it is going to be completed, because there is a high level of technical specialization at each step. Numerous cycles are common. So you can here the repetition or nothing but what, cycle of this particular operation is common. The quality by design engineering method combines all these steps into one. So this is nothing but what, when compared to the traditional with respect to the quality by design, it is entirely different. It is nothing but what, it is a some kind of importance which is given by the quality by design. The product is designed to be successful at each stage of its life cycle. It is designed correctly the first time. It is nothing but what, quality by design, it makes a first time itself it is going to be correct. Considered all the attributes and facets of all its types with respect to the product, marketability, assembly and serviceability before release testing, and finally to production. So with respect to all these parameters considered as a major importance for with respect to the quality by design when compared to the sequential engineering. Okay, this is about the introduction part with respect to the quality by design. Coming to the definition of quality by design is systematic approach to development that begins with the predefined objectives and emphasize product and process understanding, the process control based on sound science and quality risk management. So one more definition with this particular quality by design is quality by design is a team of specialists who simultaneously design and develop a product to ensure ease of producibility and customer satisfaction. So this is what a simple form understanding about the definition of QBD. We say quality by design. See here, the word is mentioned here, systematic approach. When you say a customer, whatever the customers are there, whatever requirements are there, we need to accept. Then it comes to the product definition. But whatever the product definitions are there, whatever the relevant parameters are there, we need to consider. Coming to the design part, whatever the elements are there with respect to consideration about the design, we need to consider. Like it is a finally verification. So this is nothing but what? It is a systematic approach to development that begins with the predefined objectives. Predefined objectives means in order to achieve a goal, whatever you are going to make objectives, it should be ensured, and emphasizes product and process understanding. See, that is nothing but what kind of process with respect to these parameters you are going to consider. So that has to be understand and process control based on sound science and quality risk management. With respect to the quality, what you are going to consider in order to make whatever the parameters which are available for the particular product, whatever the elements are there, we need to consider. Okay, this is what a simple definition with respect to the quality by design. Coming to the next slide, concepts and background of quality by design. What is the concept? So this concept, which is quality by design, is a concept first outlined by Joseph M. Juran in various publications. So the name Joseph M. Juran is there, one of the best total quality guru in the total quality management. So thereby the small concept with respect to the Juran, he supposed that quality could be planned. So unnecessary, if you are not planning the quality, you are not going to be get, and you are not going to be get the process with a particular quality as a major concern. The concept of quality by design was mentioned in ICH Q8 guidelines, which states that to identify quality cannot be tested in products, that is, quality should be built into product by design. See, whatever you are going to say with respect to this definition that is given by the Juran, which is purely a concept given by the quality by design. So this particular idea is that here whatever the product you are going to say, it is a quality of the product. To identify quality cannot be tested in products. You are going to say that, for example, you can take any product, we can say that it is a quality is good, but until and unless we say that to identify quality cannot be tested in products, that is, quality should be built into the product by design. So by the consideration here, the design is very much essential, not by consideration about the quality. Here the design, what you are going to make a implementation about the product. So this is what a simple concept that is given by the Joseph M. Juran. Now we can see here significance of quality by design. Quality by design means designing and developing formulations and manufacturing process to ensure a predefined quality. Quality by design means designing and developing formulations. See, designing, when you say designing, every parameter are to be considered, and developing, whatever the methods are there in order to make a developing with that particular process, that is nothing but what? Formulations and manufacturing process to ensure a predefined quality. Next comes quality by design requires understanding how formulations and manufacturing process variables influence product quality. Third one, quality by design ensures product quality with effective control strategy. So this is what a simple significance of quality by design. Next comes design for Six Sigma. With respect to this, define project goals and customer deliverables. So this is one more important parameter about the design for Six Sigma. Why we go for the design Sigma is, in the recent past, a refinement of the quality by design has been evolved and is used by some companies worldwide. This refinement is known as design for Six Sigma. Okay, this is nothing but what? Design for Six Sigma has been adapted to companies in order to go for the understanding the concept of Six Sigma. So here DFSS roadmap is described, how this DFSS it is going to be followed. Define the project goals and customer deliverables. With respect to project goals and customer deliverables, measure and determine customer needs and specifications. We need to measure, we need to evaluate, we need to go for the process with respect to customer needs and understandings with respect to the product and as well as specifications. Analyze to generate innovative concepts and evaluate the best concept for the design. So here we have to go for thinking, analyzing, evaluating with respect to performance that can be overcome by practicing with whatever the process are there in order to get a complete product detail, or we can say the design. We need to go for the evaluation process. Design detail, optimize the design and plan for the design verification and validation. This phase often requires simulations. So once these parameters are you need to be considered, and that requires simulations, that is nothing but what? One over the another, that you are going to compile. Verify and validate the design reliability and capability to meet customer requirements. So here we need to go for the verification and validate the design reliability and capability to meet customer requirements. So finally we have DFSS can result in reduced defects, reduced cycle time, better reliability, higher customer satisfaction and market share. So this is what a simple concept which is given by the design for Six Sigma. So this is one of the considered as a major importance. So this is what a recent development, or we can say refinement, is nothing but what? It is a design for Six Sigma. Next comes teams. Here when you say a teams, you can general idea, you can say a group of people in order to make a complete the task. So here the group of peoples are arranged in such a way that everyone understanding the concept, that is nothing but what? Creating the idea, or we can say formation about the ideas, and that ideas are going to be converted, and finally it is going to be get success after completion of this particular process. So every person has its own capability, its own talent, its ideas are different, thinkings are different, and finally we can say that time required is entirely different by the consideration about the team and single. That is nothing but what? Here the group performance is more, or we can say the superior when compared to a single person. So here in the formation about the teams in the management or in the quality by design is considered to be very important, and we can say that is what the team is very much essential when compared to a single person. So these teams include product developers from marketing, research and development, design, production, test and logistics, to name a few, along with the project and program management. So these peoples are formed in order to make a teams. Suppliers and customers should also be included as part of the team. So here concentration with respect to the supplier and as well as the concentration with the customer, because you have to consider, you have to give major importance for customer and suppliers. So if you are not neglecting the customer, and if you are not, there should not be any negligence of with this particular supplier, because these elements or these parameters are very much essential. So consideration about these parameters, that customer and suppliers plays a very important role. Implementing the quality by design philosophy requires a top-down commitment. So you can see here, implementing the quality by design philosophy requires a top-down commitment. There should be a commitment with respect to these peoples. Either it may be a marketing, or it may be a research and development, or it may be design, production, test, logistics, supplier and customer. So there is a complete commitment. Bringing together team members from business, engineering and production requires either that they be located, or that a system to share information be installed. Team members must be committed to the project, not to their functional department. Okay, so here with respect to the functional department means here research and development, or it may be a market, but apart from that, here we have to give more important, we can say team members must be committed to the project, not to their functional department. The right people need to be put into management roles, and it is vital to know the strength and weakness of all the members. So before consideration about this particular team, we need to find out their strength and weaknesses in order to make a better team. The job needs to be done right the first time by statistically validating every process to ensure producibility. So here concentration with respect to the team members about the functional requirement and the objective of this particular goal is here we need to understand. So with respect to the team members, this may be effective with respect to the formation about the objective which is given for a quality by design. So to avoid problems with the teams, reward team members for extra work. So like if they have did overtime, those people have reward with a particular extra work. Level the playing field with respect to the what kind of area they are going to be interested. Compensate team members more or less equally. Suppliers must have the trust of the team to keep highly engineering parts confidential. See, if at all any engineering dimensions are there which are given from the engineers with respect to the supplier, those conditions, those items are going to be made very confidential. There should not be any, this matter should not go, or we can say this matter should at any condition it should not leak out. So some of the effective leadership skills needed to manage a virtual team are very similar to those needed in any leadership role. So use technology that fits situation, communicate effectively, build a community based on high quality values among members, establish goals, expectation, purpose and vision, lead by example with focus on result, coordinate across organization boundaries. So these parameters are going to be considered as a very important for the making about the teams. So when you say about making a team with respect to the quality by design, these essential conditions like objectives, goals, and with respect to different areas of peoples are going to be considered. And finally here we have a customer and as well as supplier. So along with these peoples we have to make a particular team. So after making this particular team, we have to go for the importance, that is the condition with respect to the use of technology that fits the situation, communicate effectively. Like here we have to go for making a regular communication with this particular team, then only this can be achieved. Whenever working in or leading in virtual team, it is of utmost importance to allow the dynamics of the team to evaluate and react quickly to changes. So if at all any changes are there, it should be ready to accept and ready to change that particular culture, and even for the team system also. So this is what importance given by the team members, that is formation about the quality by design. Next comes communication model. Communication model, this is very important, as you already know what is the importance about the communication in the organization, and not only about the organization, in the quality by design. When you say quality by design, this traditional organization structure. You can see here, this is a traditional organization structure and information paths. So here whatever the path it is going to take place. So along with this particular path, we need to get effective communication. So effective communication, when you are going to get, by the consideration of these following conditions, like organization management, business, engineering and production. When you say business, you can see here marketing, customer service and sales. Coming to the engineering, here you can see the product engineering, quality engineering, research engineering. When you coming to the production, here we have plant engineering, production engineering, maintenance engineering. So we say it is a traditional organization structures and information paths. So it is whatever the communication you are going to discuss with this particular paths, it should come from top to low, or we can say from the high level management to low level management with respect to floor condition. That communication plays a very important role. So if at all any communication lacks, that means there is no proper communication with respect to the quality by design, or it may be any organizational development, here completely fails. So here we have to give major importance for the communication. So here the traditional model for communication in organization across United States uses a hierarchy of units as shown in the figure. It is nothing but what? It is a common paths. For simplicity, not all departments are included within each discipline, although needed for the effective management of resources. This hierarchy does not foster communications across the organization, even though there may be a chances of varying, but we need to give more importance for the communication by consideration of these particular elements. In the traditional organizational structure, each level in the hierarchy should only perform duties that are assigned from the level above. Okay, apart from this, you should not work any relevant activity with respect to the process. Thus, if the system is designed well, cross communication need not be necessary. Like here, whatever the diagram is there, if it is not correct, so you need to go for the cross verification. Like engineering, you are going to communicate with the business, and business you are going to communicate with the engineering, or engineering is communicating with the production, and production is communicating with the engineering. If it is not suitably, or we can say some process it is not there, some paths are not connected, if it is not interconnected, it is some problem with the communication. So here we have to consideration formation with respect to the requirement, so this communication can be overcome. So in this quality by design organizational structure, information paths are opened up between department in different disciplines. See, business, here also whatever the communication, it is wide open. When you say engineering, here also whatever the communication is wide open, and production, here also the same thing. But when you say business, whatever the confusion is there with respect to the marketing, customer service and the sales, they should be equal communication. Like market is not communicating with the customer service, it is entirely different, and customer service is entirely different from sales. If it is not there, then communication fails. So in order to get these effective communication, that is nothing but what? The paths are opened up between departments in different disciplines, not only one particular process. Here we can say, you cannot say that it is only for business. No, it is for cross functional also, it is wide opened. In other words, a field service employee can talk directly with a production engineer about a common service problem that could be easily remedied in the production phase. So if at all any problems are there with respect to the production, they are directly approached to the engineer. If at all any problems with the particularly engineers, you can directly go for about the production. So they should not be any kind of hesitate. The primary advantage of the quality by design organizational structure is the opening of communication paths between employees and their subsequent empowerment in the decision making process. So the main importance is with respect to the employees and their subsequent empowerment in the decision making process. It should be very clear. When you say about the information with respect to the business, it should be very clear. When you say about the engineer, it should also very clear. When you say production, it must. So there should not be any kind of disturbance with respect to the information. It should flow with respect to the from higher to lower, and it is why very clear information should be there. Then only this can be achieved by quality by design. So next comes implementation. The implementation of quality by design. Here you can see the model, the diagram. A great deal of time, effort and money needs to be expended in order to for the culture of the organization to accept the various basic concepts that make quality by design work. So now we go for the implementation. The implementation of quality by design is no easy to task for any organization. So it is very risky, and it is very critical, and it is very difficult to attain for implementation. So when you say about the implementation, you have to go for very carefully understanding with this particular process. This is entirely different when you go for the implementation. So once this essential meeting has been taken place with respect to the team members, either it may be business, engineering, production and organization management. So here the four condition like business, engineering, production and the above one is organization management. So by combining these members, forming a team with respect to the making a team members. Once this essential meeting has taken place, there should be regular meetings at set intervals to allow the project members to renew communication paths and to exchange ideas and complaints about various phases of the project. So they should be very open to discuss whatever the implementation process with respect to the business, with respect to engineering, with respect to production and with respect to the organization. It should be very clear, and there is a lot of time which is given for the management, or it may be a business, or it may be a production, or it may be engineering. By the consideration of these team members, the proper time is given in order to go for the discussion, and whatever the doubts they are going to be get, it is going to be resolved, and finally this conclusion is to be given. That means any conditions are there, any obstacles are there with respect to the organization, they should directly discuss with the business, and if at all any changes are there, we have to go for the engineering. If at all any requirements are there with respect to the production, these essential conditions, or we can say the changes are there with respect to these peoples, we need to go for collecting the information. Once the information is correct, then we go for planning about the implementation. So consideration of these: organization, business, engineering and production. When you say business, it also includes management, marketing, customer service and sales. So these parameters you have to resemble with respect to the business. And engineering means management, production engineering, quality engineering and research engineering. So with this particular process, we have to go for condition with respect to the communication, that time is given for in order to go for the conduction of this particular process, and it is followed by one person to another person, or from one department to another department. So by replacing the team members in the same location, the project team can be continuously stimulated to find solution to the problems of the project. See, some case same process with the same particular people, it is very difficult. So we need to go for the changing the position, or we can say changing the location from one place to another place. Thereby your problems can be easily find out, and find out whatever the problems are there, there may be a chances of getting the solution. So we need to go for the changing with respect to the person to person and from department to department. So if it is like that, this can be easily achieved. So if at all no changes are there with respect to position, with respect to the person, that the same idea, same person, it is going to be no extra knowledge you are going to get with this particular process. So if at all any changes are there, there may be a chances of getting the information, and that right information you are going to apply, then you will start go for the implementation process. So here main important thing is with respect to the position, with respect to the department and as well as the employees. The implementation of quality by design can be viewed as a path of stepping stone on the way to true quality by design. The pace of the travel on the stepping stones should be dictated only by how far the organization wants to step and how much they want to risk falling off the paths. So the consideration with this particular engineering, production, organization and business, it is entirely different, and by the consideration of these particular following members are considered as a very important. So these peoples can able to understand the concept about the quality by design. So once it is completed, this can be overcome, that is the implementation process can be easily achieved. So next we have tools. Coming to these tools, the tools are considered to be very important. We have a different tools like computer aided drafting, or we can say computer numerical control, have bridged the gap between design and rapid prototypes. Computer aided drafting files can be converted into tool paths geometry and then downloaded directly to a computer numerically controlled, we say CNC machines. So these tools helps a lot in the quality by design. So nowadays, because of technology changes, the employee knowledge, the empowerment, so this taken a step ahead for the tools which are used nowadays for the automation of different organizations. So we have a different tools for their requirement, their knowledge is entirely different when compared to the traditional. This can be overcome. We have a different tools. So in that tools we have a chronology of quality by design tools. The name itself, chronology of quality by design tools. So here, to realize the phenomenal growth in quality by design tools resulting from the personal computer revolution, one need only look at the advances in word processing, drafting and engineering analysis. Because of this CAD, we say it is a computer aided drafting is nothing but what? CAD. So the basic design, or we can say the basic consideration with respect to particular drawing, that can be easily done by this particular tool. It can save the time, the method, the fast result is fast, there is no error, like this all the importance which is given by the tool, we say it is a CAD. This has a more importance for the design engineers, and these are the different types of tools which are used in order to make a kind of operations, and that whatever the CAD with respect to the CAD, CAM and as well as the CNC, in order to make a path, here we can say some of the paths they are going to follow, and that path is nothing but what? In order to make a better component with this particular following programs that can be traced, that can be converted from one form to another form. This is what with respect to the different tools what we are going to use in the industry, or we can say some organization. So organization tools, with respect to the organization what you are going to use. So with respect to the organization, like total quality management philosophies, like in the management philosophies, either it may be a different tools we are going to use, like computer networks, ISO 9000, ISO 14000. Like ISO 9000 we have studied about the different families. ISO 9000, like ISO 14000 quality, or we can say the quality function deployment, total productive maintenance, information technology, environmental meeting software, enterprise resource planning software. So these are the tools which are going to use for the organization itself. So according to their requirement, we go for either using, either it may be a total quality management, or with respect to the computer networks, we have a different areas in order to get a different functions. So once all the informations you have gathered with respect to the tools, that is nothing but what? According to your use, according to your employee requirement. So we need to understand the level of with respect to the employee. So by using these kind of tools, that performance can be enhanced. So this can be well designed with respect consideration about the tools, and this can be overcome by the consideration about the next programming level. So next we have a product development tools. In the product development tools, like we have a CAD software, solid modeling software, FEA analysis, rapid prototyping techniques. When you say CAD software, computer aided drafting software is used for organization to produce engineering production drawings. These drawings can be done in planar view, or we can say isometric, and or three-dimensional perspective. Either it may be a two-dimensional or three-dimensional. So that whatever requirements are there, it is going to be done with this particular computer aided drafting. Another major advantages of CAD is it is compatibility with the downstream engineering and production software and hardware. Drawings from CAD software can be easily incorporated into software packages such as finite element analysis, computer aided manufacturing, design for manufacture, and CNC machines. Like one over the another, we have a importance that whatever the information with respect to the software related, this can be converted into hardware, or hardware can be converted into software. So with these particular tools, there may be a chances of getting the information, like creating about like FEA, that is nothing but what? Finite element analysis. Software packages are widely regarded as the most powerful tool available for a design engineer. The scope of finite element techniques encompasses all engineering fields such as solid machines, fluid machines, heat transfer, vibrations, and electromagnetics, to name the broadest categories. Like we have a different process can be done with this particular FEA is nothing but what? Finite element analysis. The advantages of a finite element analysis software package lies in its power to analyze and optimize the response of a system prior to prototype development and testing. So before prototype and development testing, this can be used. This tool can help detect problems early, allow the quality by design team to implement alternative changes together, and quickly test the product changes to see the effects on quality and performance. So once if you go for using this kind of tools, that advancement requirement can be, or we can say advanced result can be obtained by using of this particular softwares. Coming to the production tools. So with respect to the production tools, we are using a different tools in the production tool itself, like robotics, CAM, CNC, continuous process improvement. When you see a robotics, the robotics are well utilized. If it is any hazardous condition, the robotic plays a very important role. The faster and the quality is also maintained, and there is a time that whatever recovery can be easily obtained with this particular robotics. Coming to the CAM, computer aided machining, with this particular programs we can easily done with this particular program, and they can be easily achieved without any error. So here human interface is completely eliminated. Coming to the CNC, we have a same thing which is followed by about the CAM. So CNC, here we have a type of programs. According to that particular program, it is going to be conducted, and that whatever the path it is going to be followed, that can be traced out, and if at all any changes or any requirements are there, it is going to be modified by the consideration about the CNC, computer numerically controlled. Coming to that continuous process improvement, as you already know, it is a continuous process improvement. With this particular process, so as it is applies to quality by design, it is a systematic year after year study to improve the production process involved in production. Production processes are continuously improved by making them effective, efficient, and adaptable to changes. See, when you say continuous process, it is a completely continued with respect to the effectiveness, efficient, and adaptable to changes. This process involves eliminating waste and rework. So when you say continuous process, there is no error with respect to the waste and rework, reducing scrap and cycle time, eliminating activities that do not increase, or we can say maximizing the product value, and eliminating non-conformities wherever they occur. So it is nothing but what there is, if you go for the continuous process, or we can say continuous process improvement, there should not be any kind of rework, reducing scrap, and cycle time. When you say these are eliminated, this can be easily achieved by the consideration about the continuous process improvement. Next comes statistical tools. When you say statistical tools with respect to the component, or we can say statistical tolerance stack up analysis, reliability and live data analysis, design of experiments, response surface methods, and statistical process control. With respect to the process, what we are going to say with respect to these tools, when you say reliability and live data analysis is performed to estimate measures such as mean time between failures, or life, which is the time period by which 10% of the parts or system will fail. With respect to the system, with respect to the parts, that is going to be defined about the reliability. When you say design of experiments or experimental design, which is discussed with respect to the numerical study that identifies the variables in a process or a product that are the critical parameter, or we can say cause significant variation in the process. By using formal experiment techniques, the effect of many variables can be studied at one time. Changes to the process or product are introduced in a random fashion. It is nothing but what? Design of experiments. When you come into the statistical process control, SPC, we say because of DOE identifies the critical parameters and their target values, its use should actually proceeds SPC in most circumstances. So here, with respect to the statistical process control, with respect to the tools which are there for the statistical, the different parameters are going to be considered. The variation, it may be a changes. The process, what you are going to see with respect to quality, with respect to method, with respect to the quantity, how we are going to relevant to the design of quality. So these are all the tools are very much essential, and these tools plays a very important role, and the consideration of these tools plays a major importance which is given by the quality by design. So this is about the tools which are there for quality by design. Thank you.